Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning, my loves.
See, my good news, I talked with Meredith yesterday. Meredith has already done her EXP paperwork to join my team. She's going to transfer her license this afternoon, and we're meeting for our first coaching appointment. So I'm excited about that. That is cool beans. So
Yay, congratulations.
thank you. Okay, who else has got some good news?
I'll go.
Go, Craig.
Okay. So I've been talking to the GC and developer about 12 lots. Well, it's not 12 lots, it's a lot that they can get 12 townhomes on. So
Nice.
yeah, so the developer is going to go out tomorrow, look at it, see if it's a possibility. And he introduced me to his lender / hard money lender yesterday. So the lender does a lot of stuff. So he not only does residential lending, he does commercial, and then on the side he has another business where he does hard money lending and lines of credit.
Nice.
Do you keep a list of am I going down the right? Nope, I'm not. I just moved. I'm sorry. I just moved and I just missed. I don't even know where I live.
Hilarious.
Bree, if it makes you feel any better, I have not moved and I still have no idea where I am.
Right. I'm sitting there going, oh, that doesn't look right. Oh, anyway. So do you guys keep a list, like Craig, especially as you're doing more commercial, of like the lenders? Do you keep that in KB Core or an Excel spreadsheet?
No, I have it everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah, same. I think I'm gonna put it in KB Core.
Yeah, I need
and
to.
tag it, and then actually, what do you guys think about that?
That's what I do. I tag it in my phone, and then I assume I got to check that my KV Core automatically downloads from my phone. I don't know if I have to go in and do that every time I add a contact, or if it does it semi-automatically. Does anybody know?
Is it your KB Core phone number, or is it your
Yeah.
personal? Oh yeah. I think if you add it to your KB Core phone number, it syncs it. That's a good idea.
that's a very good idea because I didn't know about that. And KB Core phone number costs.
27
I think it's 20,
It's 30. Yeah.
All right.
30, but it's well worth it.
Yeah. Because God knows I hate data entry.
And every time you call from that number, it syncs it. So.
Well, that's what
Okay.
Kathy was talking about, and mine, it may not be working, so I may not have it set up like I think I do. I don't know.
Okay.
You have to do it from that phone number,
You get
though.
an automatic number, but it's general and doesn't go specifically to your KB Core. And then, like what Anna was saying, you can pay for a designated one, and that one does link.
That's the one I would want.
That's a smart number, and it's 27 a month.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
More
perfect.
money out. Geez.
I know it's constant.
Yeah.
I know.
All right. Okay. Who else has got some good news?
Well, since you're talking about KV Core, and I'm not going to be able to think right off the top of my head. I know it's an $11 a month charge, but apparently if you don't do that, a lot of things don't click the way it's supposed to. And I don't know if it's a vanity tag or what. I think it is. That's what I think it is. And it's something that I learned by going to Anthony's classes and joining his mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know on the bad side, but there's something going on with that whole thing that's got people riled up. Not with the vanity tag per se, but it surrounds 360. And I know we're losing people because of it.
360.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know enough to say more.
What's around 360?
It's part of KV Core, and it got brought up in the mastermind for that with Anthony Robinson.
Oh.
And it's something that is happening.
Anthony who? What's his name?
Robinson.
He's on Workplace, isn't his group on?
He is on Workplace.
Yeah,
and he's got a workplace group with, for KV Core support. And he also has classes like, Dana.
Yeah, like Dana's for dum-dums. I was looking that up because someone just pushed me that direction.
Yeah, well, his classes,
Stuff.
and he has classes that are free. He has classes that are a paid for subscription. He's got all kinds of things and it's really, really good. It's really
Mhm.
good.
You know, Katie Core bought Boomtown, so it'll be interesting how all that works if they merge the two companies together.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
might have something to do with that, or all I know is they keep talking about 360. And I wasn't able to attend the mastermind last week that they had that, exposed what all
Is
What's
that
that?
Microsoft 360?
360 in EXP.
Okay.
Introducing new KV Core app for EXP agents, 360 Home. It's something to do with the consumer app, apparently, and that's just from Googling it.
Oh,
But there's
Yeah,
a bunch
and-
of stuff on Google about it.
And apparently they would like the agents to have an opt-out, but there's no opt. You have to be part of it, kind of thing. That
Oh,
much is
that's
what
why
I'm
people are
gathering.
liking it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
On the apps. It's great if you can get people able with 80,000 agents overwide, major national brokerage EXP this fall. That letter is from Inside Real Estate dated October 13th, 2022.
Yeah, I know they announced it at the thing.
The last.
They announced it at the convention.
Yeah, the last big one. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. It'll be interesting to see what that is. All right. Who else is thank you for that, Kathy. Who else has got some good news?
I'm getting one of my listing agreements signed today
Nice.
for the mini farm. I'm going to go out and we didn't get in. I have to put a price in, so I need to go see it. So I'm going to go visit it today.
Very cool. You're going to do the price with animals and without animals?
Yeah, with
I love it.
animals and without animals.
I love it. That's very cool, Brie. All right, who else has got some good news?
Well, I got back into the habit of making calls. I think I made 15 calls yesterday, so that's my good news.
Yay!
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Yay!
Nice job. Very nice. All right. Kimberly, Liz. Good
Good
news.
morning, everyone.
Kimberly, what you got?
I attended the closing yesterday. It was awesome. I learned so much, even the final walkthrough.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. And I really got to shadow the lady, the other agent, and come to find out she's a new agent as well. She actually started in September. But just the drive that she had was like so awesome. And she got in, she's teaching me a lot of things. And it was just really nice to be connected with someone locally. So
Yeah.
that was a plus for me.
Cool. Hey, can you do me a favor, Kimberly, when you get a sec?
Sure.
Okay, I'm building out a 90 days, first 90 days for agents to start. And if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to send you over just the, basically it'd be a PDF for you. But
Okay.
if you are interested in that, I'd love your feedback on it.
That would be great. Yes.
You got it. All right. So let me get a note let me see, you'll go over here. Kimberly, first 90 days. Who else?
And
is-
also, I just want to put it out there. My sponsor, he is the first time he has a team of virtual assistants. I know Gary has a PDF and a lot of things on how to hire virtual assistants, but he has a business model as well that will help you like set up your KV Core, set up your job forms, and a lot of things like that. So if anyone needs assistance and want more information, just please reach out and I will send it over.
That's-
Kimberly, I'd like you to send that to me.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Send it to everybody.
Okay, everyone.
Yeah.
I'll send you his business plan just to make sure. But they set up my KV Core and job form. They're like going in and doing a lot of things. And I was able to send my job form over to my client yesterday to fill out my buyer's intake. So it was
Cool.
everything's really working out.
Oh, I love that. That's
Yes.
all simplified. Yes, would definitely like that. So,
Okay, I will
Paul,
send it.
cool. I'm about a third of the way of building out the 90 days. So once I get mine done, I'll get that and I'll just share it to this group. So you guys can get your feedback. There'll be some stuff on there. Most of it, I built Gary's, but I had to tone down that direction that Gary was going and then beef up some other stuff. So anyway, cool, Kimberly, that would be really helpful.
Mhm.
Liz, you have your mic on.
Yes, I do.
Oh.
I don't really know. Okay, I don't know really know, but I had a good conversation with my physical therapist yesterday, who's looking to purchase a house next end of this year and scale his business eventually. He just opened up a second location in Herndon end of last year, and he's looking to scale again, I think 2024, 2025.
Cool. Very
Fun.
cool.
Yeah.
First, so this is just the second one. So the third one is the hardest. When you're opening up new businesses, a lot of times the third office is really hard. The first one you can do, the second one you can fairly well do. The third one struggles. If he can get past that one, he will then have a system. And I've seen this over and over again where 4, 5, 6, 7 do fine. So just
Okay, I'd want to hear more about that because he started looking at the third one and he's like, I don't know how this is gonna, he knows how he wants to scale it and build it.
the
he's-
problem with the third is the talent, because you can do 2.
Yeah,
When you mean you can do 2, you will find that 3 stretches you too thin. And so it's getting the right talent in place and making sure your systems are rock solid in one, it can run without you so that you can really focus in over, and you got to keep on moving that focus. So it's a talent.
well, okay, we're gonna talk more about this, Gina, because his first one is running without him.
Okay,
And he's in the second one, he's
he's doing it right then.
he's building that now. He's got his team in place and he's just kind of like harnessing, the foundation of it now. And then he's looking to the third for next year or the year after.
So the trick at this point is to make sure that not only is it running by itself, but he's at least 2 deep in everything. And what I mean by that is if he wants it so that if one key person leaves, gets sick, does whatever, he does not have to step back in and fix things. So you need to build it big, that needs to be a big enough machine or cross-trained enough, one of the two, that it can handle people leaving, people moving on, somebody getting really, really, really sick, that kind of thing. So you want it built big enough and deep enough, you don't have to step back into it.
Okay, noting this for our call on Monday, when we do a
Okay.
coaching call.
Okay.
I want to know more. Thank you.
Good news. Do you have any good news you'd like to share? Look, you got your name up. That's good news.
Yes, I'm sorry, I just sneezed. Um,
That's you.
I don't know. I guess yesterday, so I have a Facebook group just for my minority. So I'm Hmong. That's the kind of Asian that I am. And a few of the member reach out to me and they're asking me a question about protesting their home. One of the guy that reached out to me told me that he's thinking about selling his home because he just bought his home in 2021 and the tax has gone up so high that he thinks selling his home might be the only option.
Oh, protesting.
So I've been trying to help him with, I told him I'll get him a CMA and to attend one of the what is it called? One of like the workshop that they have in town here that me and Anna is part of, the nonprofit volunteer My City, My Home. So I'm pretty excited about that. I hope that, he doesn't sell it and it help him. If he do sell it, I do hope that he come to me.
That's
First,
awesome.
it really is. First off, I want to congratulate you because you're going into it with the attitude to help him protect his home and keep it. And if he can't, you're there also, which means you have his best interest, leads me to believe that you truly believe you have his best interests at heart. So I like that. That means that you're going to go really far in this. So Is
Thank
there
you.
any, you guys know better on protesting taxes. I protested taxes one time. And what it was the city, county, whichever one it was, had the size difference. They said that they had done all these improvements that they hadn't done. They had the square footage wrong. They had a bunch of information wrong. Someone was getting ready to lose her house actually. And we ended up getting, I don't know how much, like, I don't know, a few months of payments, like 4 payments worth of taxes back, because we could go back X amount of years. And we successfully protested that. And that was what she needed to be able to get her over the hump so that she could stay ahead of the game. So that's the only way that I've ever gone after it before, was going after it that direction, because it was wrong. The information was flat out wrong.
Hmm.
Any other input, or have they ever protested off taxes?
We protest ours every year because it's so outrageous in Texas.
Mhm. That's
We
true.
usually get, I'd say probably, we always get results, $3,000-$5,000 down, less, but I mean, it's going up. It's a big issue, in our legislature, which meeting right now, and they've agreed on everything except the House and the Senate can't agree on what they're going to do about property taxes in Texas. So it's huge.
You guys do have, you only
Mhm.
double taxed in Texas on property taxes. It is crazy. You guys pay prices like I paid in California, but the value was, I mean, if you have $1 million house, you should, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where
Well,
Texas,
to me, California taxes were cheap compared to Texas.
exactly, that's what I'm trying to say, because the
Yeah.
price point was
Mhm.
there for the taxes, where you guys
Yeah.
have the price point here and you still have the taxes.
You have a $500,000 house in California, I paid like 3,500. You have a $500,000 house here, you're paying 12 to 15,000. I mean,
See, I paid
12,000.
10K on my house, and
Yeah.
we bought it, it was 750 or something like that when we bought it, a starter home, something like that. And we paid 10, which I get, I really get. But yeah, that's ridiculous what you guys are paying.
Mhm.
APF, what you got?
Question. So, you mean to tell me that Texas is like New Hampshire? That they present themselves as tax-free and all that, but in reality, property tax is sky high?
Texas is
Yes.
sky high, especially, well, it was anyway, when we looked into it a few years ago. New construction was even worse. You paid a double tax on new construction. It was
Oh my
sky high.
God.
It's not the most taxed state. If you look at overall all taxes, Illinois is the most taxed. Supposedly,
Really?
overall, yeah, which is as
Oh.
evidenced by the droves of people leaving Chicago, for numerous reasons, that being one of them. But, okay, so Kay, when you go to protest it, what do you do? Since you do it every year.
Well, I mean, you have to, they give you instructions. You have to go, you have to set an appointment by such and such a time. The couple of times I did it myself, I basically went in, I took pictures of everything that was wrong with the house. I did comps and looked at what everything in the neighborhood was going for and said that mine was too higher than my neighbors. But basically, I mainly, because I had an older house, and I had some pictures before we fixed it up. And I took those pictures and said, look, this house is not worth it. And you want to do everything you can and take as many pictures and as much evidence as you have to say why it's not worth what they say it is.
That is so good. And you know what this reminds me of also? We talk about a variety of subjects. If you guys are into doing social media posts, you guys probably have a subject a day just off of this. Like if you've ever, so you ever thought about protesting your taxes, let me know. Because I can walk you through. I've protested mine successfully every year.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I pay somebody to do it now. Do it anymore.
But it doesn't matter if you pay. So I knew a girl that had the most gorgeous wigs on planet Earth, and people would always go, "Oh my gosh, your hair is beautiful." And she always said yes, because it was hers, because she paid for it. So if you pay for it, it's yours, you did it.
That's
Okay.
true. Hey, how much do you pay? I'm just curious.
Oh, I think they take a percentage of whatever they get lost. It's like a couple of $100.
Okay, because this nonprofit organization that I've been volunteering for a few months and Ganu joined, it's a nonprofit called My City is My Home, and that's one of the services they offer is protesting taxes. So if you make less than 40,000 a year, or if you have a home that's less than 200,000 a year, based on that year's assessment, They represent you for free,
Yeah.
and they protest the taxes for free. If it's above that range, then they take 30 cents on every dollar they save you. So I don't know if you're getting a better deal or whatever they're offering. And all the proceeds go to this nonprofit fund to raise, rental assistance to the underserved population in San Antonio and Austin.
I volunteered and did that, I think 1, maybe 2 years when I was with KW, but it got to be too time consuming and I didn't do it anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think it's a great thing for making contacts and getting in touch with people, particularly now, since the rates are so high and people are looking at selling. I've been looking a whole lot at, auctions and foreclosures and, a ton of stuff like that. And then I don't know if I told you yesterday, if I'm repeating myself, forgive me, but I went and was running numbers on this offer for Branch Road. And I found out that my little guy decided since he's selling his house, he didn't pay his property taxes last year.
You told me, I don't know if you told the crew.
And so, I was up in the middle of the night thinking, okay, what's my fiduciary responsibility? I need to tell him that he's about ready to lose everything if he doesn't pay his damn taxes, that they can take everything, sell it at a tax lien, and he needs to get the taxes paid. I don't know what goes through people's heads. I don't know.
I would tell him when you're negotiating out your offer that you're so close on, dude, you need to take this. And here's why. You're going to lose it all. That's when I would present.
Yeah, well, I may do that. I'm waiting to see what the guys do. We did another counter. I'm waiting to see if they come up. And, I did the we're $5,000 apart. Here's what that is over the life of the loan, blah, 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 blah. So I'm waiting to see what he said. And if not, I've got to have a heart to heart with Angel because this is nuts.
Was it 50 cents a day, Kay? What was it?
I don't know. I think it came up to like $1 and it was I think it's like 14 cents a day. And
14 cents a day. Okay, so what Kay's talking about is reducing to the ridiculous. And what that technique is this. So buyer doesn't want to come up, seller doesn't want to come down, and the price is just 10,000, whatever. Buyer does not want to come up with an extra $10,000. So you go, all right. So here's the deal. So $10,000 divided by 30 years is $3,300 a year. It's roughly $1 a day. So, and I'll do the math with them. I'm like, okay, so $10,000 over 30 years, that's roughly, 3,000 over 10, that's 300 a year. That's $1 a day. All right. Here's the deal. It's $1 a day. I will pay your first dollar. And you reduce it all the way down to the ridiculous, to as tiny as you can, to get people to understand that sometimes 10 grand is not that dang much. And you can do it on the listing side also when they won't come down. You're losing $1 a day over the 30 years of your next loan. I'll give you your first $1. Let's go negotiate 10K off the other end of what you're buying. Like, let's go make this thing work.
Very cool concepts. In this situation though, with that Kate is in, having that she's found that he hasn't paid his taxes, couldn't she assume the other side's found the same thing? They could just let the deal fall through and just go pay it off the tax liens.
Well, there you go. There's another way to go at it. If they're willing to dig, they'll just let this fall through until you lose a house and they'll pick it up for nothing.
Yeah.
So it might be worth it. I don't know. I mean, it might be worth it to have that heart to heart with the seller and be like, look,
I'm going to have the heart to heart with the seller. I woke up in the middle of the night thinking about this.
I don't know that I'd wait for their counter though. I might tell him flat out right now, look it, you're running a fine line here. And the line is, you're going to lose big if this doesn't go through and work out, because they'll just wait to pick it up on the you found it as a public record. They'll just wait to pick it up on the tax lien and take their risk over there.
There's one more technique I want to tell you guys about, and then I'm going to let you guys, I gotta jump to my accountability call. And it's this. When we worked on the buyer side and we were pushing really, really hard to get more off. And I knew that we were probably pushing too far on this last push. But my buyers wanted to push one more time. And I'm like, all right, I'm in it for it. What we would do is we would push and ask for another 5, 10K, whatever it was we were pushing for.
Hello.
We would sign.
How are you?
Initial.
I know. It's so good to hear from you.
Let's get K muted. There we go. We would push that for that last 5 or 10K, but then we signed the other one. So it's completely signed and ready to go. So we would submit the one that we pushed through. By the way, do not do this very often. Use this as a last ditch effort because the other agent's going to be pissed off as hell at you. So we would submit the offer, the counter coming back with another 5 or 10. And when they came back indignant, pissed off at us, we would say, oh, we thought you might feel that way. Here you go. We did go ahead and sign the other copy. We're at mutual. And there was nothing they could do about it. That was it. We were there. So it's not like a good, you know what I mean? It doesn't make people happy, but we did do that on occasion to push our stuff through. So you just sign both offers. You sign the one at mutual where you are, and then you push it, but you hold that back and you push the other one through and see if you can get the other one pushed through and keep that table, that negotiation table going. Does that make sense? Okay, cool beans. All right. Really good meeting. Excellent, lively discussion. Good morning, Gnu. I'm so glad you were here. I really, really am. I hope that you come back tomorrow. I hope you find some value in this, and I would love to help you grow and grow with you.
Thank you so much. I will try to come back tomorrow.
All right. And then Friday, who knows what we train on, but it's fun too. So cool beans. All right, you guys, have an amazing day. Go spread sunshine and warmth and good things, and go help your clients do what they need to do and want to do. And PF, yeah, go. Okay, be in the sand. That works too. All right, y'all. Talk later. Bye-bye.
Love you. Have a good one.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.